Good morning. This is Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you on a Monday. I'm a day late. I think the saying is a day late and a dollar short for my weekly update and cards for the week. The card that for today is see this from a higher perspective, and I'll explain that in a moment. So I asked. So if I need to see this from a highest perspective, and the next card I pulled was Mary Magdalene, and it says, "You are the answer. Be guided to your for your purpose." So that sort of answered questions for me. So I need to see what's happening from a much higher perspective. So Sunday, so it was a long weekend for most of us that work. It was a holiday weekend, and I don't know whether it was too long a period for me, but yesterday, I guess I took a mental health day. I was not feeling any of the spiritual stuff at all. The only guidance I got was to see things from a higher perspective. And I guess it does hit us all. The holidays, traditionally for us, have always been difficult. As a lot of you know, my two sons live with me, my two adult sons. And even though we've tried to make new traditions, we just find that Thanksgiving through Christmas is a very difficult time for many, many reasons, as it is for a lot of people. I think it brings up a lot of old feelings. So I'm not surprised that my message was for me to go higher, to see this from a higher perspective. It was also interesting when I was asking my questions, that I also got the Chamber of the Violet Flame, which was karmic release and radical transformation. So again, I need to do that release of karma, but also the Sword of Light was there for me. So I did post that yesterday without a lot of explanation. So I'm going to use Mary Magdalene as our guide for this week, because she's telling us that we are the answer and to be guided. So she is from the new deck from Kyle Gray, the Divine Masters. As you know, she's not new, but she's new in this deck. So let me read you what the message is for pulling this card. You are the answer you seek. You hold the treasure, the magic, and the mystery. Right now, you are being encouraged to recognize that you are a valuable part of the universal plan. If you have a strong desire to share what you have learnt, it's time to do so. This can be a scary and sometimes overwhelming, because putting yourself out there can leave you open to scrutiny. But if you are comfortable with your gifts and teachings, you hold a sacred energy that allows others to see you clearly. The light of the Magdalene is surrounding you now and encouraging you to recognize that the healing you are experiencing is actually what you are here to teach. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that this experience can help many. Your personal testimony can move others and even mountains. Lean on your Creator, and know that you are being called to be a vessel for the sacred. So there's an answer for a lot of us that we're wondering. I think sometimes the more we spread the message, and you've heard me say this before, what we're experiencing, it is a reflection into the world. So as we know, holidays are great, but sometimes a little too long for some of us that only have time to think. And that's always never a good thing when I start using my brain. And as you can hear, my scratchy voice is back, which usually tells me that something is trying to hold me from speaking my truth. But it doesn't usually stop me. I will continue speaking. Again, the universe has sent me another test. So my test in standing in my power and being the powerful woman that I am. I had that challenge this week. So not surprisingly, when I had time off work, it's for me, it sort of festers under the surface, and then it comes up. And oftentimes it's just I get knocked down in terms of like I physically can't really do very much. So I just listened and didn't do very much. So I had a great 4 days. So I hope that this is the last week in November. Again, I don't know where this year's gone, let alone this month. Next month is going to be an exciting month for me. The chapter that I wrote in the book, Transformational Triumphs, is launching on December 12th, so 12/12. So be on the lookout for more announcements about that. If you want to pre-order and get the book shipped to you for free, please connect with me, and I will give you some options to pay me, and then it will be mailed out to you from me. I was just also made aware, actually, from my sister-in-law in England, that it's actually on Amazon for pre-order. What I will tell you is if you buy it off Amazon, I don't see any of that money. So when I'm saying to you, I'm selling my book, I'm selling my book. I'm happy to ship that to you before the 12th. I'm happy to ship it to you. If you will pre-order it before the 12th, I will ship it to you for free if you're in the United States. If you're outside the United States, it will be an extra $15. The book's only $22. It's my first time being published, and I hope not the last. So I'm putting that out there in the universe for next year. So you will be seeing more from me. I know I've got to watch something now from the publishers. So I hope everybody has a good week. I will post a card each day. I will start with this one, which is see this from a higher perspective. So have a good week, and I'll catch you at the end of the week.